Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
At Mark Fidrich now, each time he gets the ball back, you'll see him mumble a couple of words to the ball.
The first man ever to pitch 5 career no-hitters.
Touch a ball, Joe.
I don't believe what I just saw.
And it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a bare-handed catch. Ricky goes, a pitch hit, and he's going to have it. Leaps high in the air, and he's got it. An incredible catch by the kid.
And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we invite you to rise. We invite you to rise.
Welcome, fans, to This Day in Baseball, as we rewind our way through baseball history from Pud Galvin to Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, into the present day, and we highlight historic baseball events. Today's podcast is about Game 7 of the World Series, October 14th, 1965, where Sandy Koufax, on 2 days' rest, took on Jim Kaat. This format is going to highlight the top plays of that game. I'm going to key in on those plays using Baseball Reference's box scores. They have a feature, if you haven't seen it, that highlights the top plays of the game. So I'm going to take those top plays and I'm going to let you listen to them as they were broadcast that day. Now, I may play the inning or just a single play. It's going to depend on the situation, and I'll tell you beforehand. And no matter where it ranks, I will also play the last inning. And if there's a famous matchup, I'm going to squeeze that in as well. I'm doing this because I have over 600 broadcasts on the This Day in Baseball YouTube channel, and you can certainly listen to each one, but they are all 2 to 3 hours long, and some of us just don't have that type of time available to us. So I want to bring you the highlights of these games that maybe you never heard before. Have you ever heard an announcer describe Sandy Koufax, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Mel Ott, or Hank Greenberg? I know before I'd started this journey, I had not. In fact, one of my podcasts was about Lefty Gomez facing Mel Ott in all his World Series at-bats. And I thought that was a very cool feature because that was something that I had not heard before. And listen to the announcers call him Master Melvin, for example. It's really cool stuff. So we're going to bring you these pieces, toss in some of our own commentary. And I hope you enjoy that. And really, I'm looking for your feedback to see if this is a format that you like. Now, on today's game, it was played at Metropolitan Stadium, and 50,596 fans came out to see if the Twins would win their first World Series. They're going to have to go through a 1-2 punch of Hall of Famers if they're going to make that happen, because Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale were both ready to pitch today's game. Now, we know that Koufax ended up pitching, but interestingly enough, both players shaved when they knew they were going to pitch. And on this day, neither knew, so they both shaved. Now, Walt Alston elected to start Koufax on 2 days' rest rather than Don Drysdale, who hadn't pitched in 4 days. Alston made it clear during a pregame meeting that Drysdale would take over if Koufax faltered. Now, Jim Kaat was starting for the Twins, and he was also pitching on 2 days' rest. And manager Sam Mealy was not afraid to change pitchers at the first sign of trouble. Now, without further ado, I'm going to take you to the top of the third where there was no score. I just want to tell you that this recording is not the best recording we have. It's a little grainy, and sounds like there's a little pumped-in fan noise from now and then. But anyways, the announcers will do their job, and I hope you enjoy it. So again, top of the third, no score. Here it is.
Right field down the line. Is it fair or foul? It is in there. Here goes Roseboro. He'll head for second, and he'll make it with a double. Sliding in. 2 base hit down into the right field corner. So the first extra base hit of the ball game, and the second hit off Kaat. Johnny has hit those 5 hits in good spots, however. He has 3 runs batted in through the first 6 games of the series. Koufax is taking his time now. There was a point that Austin made today, Joe. He said, I know Drysdale's a better hitter, actually, if I get Drysdale in the game later, I won't have to pinch hit for him. This one, too, a game like this one, every little bit, I'll tell you. They're looking for the bunt, however, here. Kaat delivers, and Sandy fouls it back, and out of play, a strike. You'll have to make Killebrew feel that ball as close to that mixture is by, and I tell you, you got to keep a list for Batty who likes to throw, and that fellow second base Roseboro is vulnerable only because he has to get a good enough lead to make it on over to third base. Unattempted miss is always the one who gets the base runner in trouble. Stretch now. Kaat delivers. Koufax lets it go by high. 1-1. Sandy, last time he was in the game, and Los Angeles struck out 3 times in a row, but later did get a single off Jim Perry. He's not too bad a punter. Of course, the idea here is to try to get Roseboro up there to third base. Take outside a ball. First Kaat's coming off that mound and covering, as Joe pointed out, the third base side. Here comes Versailles then to talk it over. Remember yesterday early in the game, the Twins had a runner at third and didn't score. Versailles is holding Roseboro pretty close. And Sandy has to back away from a pitch that almost hit him. Ball 3. Came very close to hitting. 3-1. Wills on deck. And here we go with the cripple. Strike 2 is called. Not just letting him have his best fastball in there. Sometimes that high fastball is good when you're looking for the block. Batter has a tendency to pop it up. 3-2. Here she comes. Ball 4. He's watching. The pitch was inside. So Koufax up to first base. The Dodgers now with runners at first and second. And Maury Wills is going back to talk to manager Alston right now. And it's going to be a foul. Started out like it might be a successful fun attempt. It'll go down as a strike. Roseboro and Koufax was moving. Wills generally is about as fine a punter as you'll find in the game of baseball. He has practiced on this. And as you know, when he was a minor leaguer, he was strictly a right-handed batter. The switch hitting didn't come about until about 7 or 8 years ago when he was at Spokane. 1 strike on it. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch. He swings and pops this ball foul, but it's too far away for Batty to get. Drops into the box seat. So he was hitting away, and I think he broke a bat. And Wills is heading back to the dugout. Gilliam picked one out for him, but he's making another selection. 2 strikes. First, if you can't get away with a bunt here, Wills is going to try to hit this ball if he gets the pitch to the first base side. Any way he can, even though he has to give himself up to move the base runners. Still no score in the top half of the third inning. Here we go now. Kaat delivers. There's the ball. Pops foul. It's up the square. Most of the people have come here today with various gimmicks, a lot of cameras, binoculars, and all in all, just a beautiful October day for baseball, and so much riding it straight. The winner takes it all today. Here's the pitch. Wills hit the ground ball down to Colossi. 1 play to first, and Wills accomplishes his job. He gets those 2 runners along, and you never know, but maybe in Los Angeles, that would have hopped right into the outfield. Colossi had to leap high to get it at bat. Roseboro goes to third. Koufax to second. It was a second to first play. Of course, there was no sacrifice involved. First base is open now. Jim Gilliam is the batter. He singled to left in the first. Infield is up. Out on the stretch, which it is high inside the ball. Jim Merritt, the left-hander, and Johnny Klipstein, right-handers, are up in the Minnesota bullpen. The next pitch, curveball is fouled away. 1-1. Roseboro started this with a double. Koufax, who was trying to square away and bunt, finally got a walk. Wills, who attempted to bunt once and then hit away, finally grounded out and moved the 2 runners. Caliber oversized, quality mixture up very, very close. Okay. Low and into the dirt. 2-1. Set move in the next delivery. There's the ball punched to right. It might drop. Here comes Oliva. He's there. Here's the tag. Roseboro's going to hold. He's not going to try to make it. The ball is through Batty, but there's Thompson in the right place and backs up hold. The ball got through Batty. However, Roseboro didn't know that would happen. And they were not running against the strong throwing arm of Oliva. The out is made in right field. Roseboro did tag and came down the line about halfway. Return, the ball on the low skid, scooted right on by Patty. And of course, that's where a major league pitcher should be, and that's where Kaat was. So, 200 gone. Minnesota can back up its infield. And here is the left-handed hitting Willie Davis. That's the second time that the Dodgers have failed to run on Oliva to give you the respect that they have for his throwing ability. Willie fouls one down the line, a strike. Sun is out, and a very good day. The temperature reading in the 60s. Minnesota, the first inning, and 2 on through 1. The Dodgers here have their second scoring effort going, but it's still nothing to nothing. Davis steps out. Base is open. 1 strike on the batter. Here's the pitch. It is high, a ball. 1-1. Davis 6 hits during the series. Left-hander Kaat delivers a pop-up. It's just at the plate. Batty turns. Batty is off on the foul side. He's got it. Right on. That's all for the Californians. 4 runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Score at the end of 2.5. Dodgers nothing. Twins nothing.
Still no score. Bottom of the third. And at this point of the game, Koufax is still having trouble throwing his curveball for strikes. And he escaped a couple of early jams, including this one I'm going to bring you in the 3rd inning, when the AL MVP stole second base with 1 out, but was called back after batter Joe Nozick, I hope I said that right, was ruled out for interference. Koufax will effectively give up on his curveball and pitch the balance of the game throwing all fastballs. It was pretty exclusive. And he still baffled the hard-hitting Twins. Amazing performance. Now here's the 3rd inning with that controversial call.
Left-hander delivers, and a foul goes back for a strike. Sam Mealy has done a wonderful job with the Twins. This one a year ago finished 6th. There was some talk that Mealy might be fired. Now I understand President Cal Tippett has a meeting with him, and it looks like not only Mealy's going to be signed for maybe next year, but for 2 years, and with, of course, with the tackle raise. Foul. 0-2. I know the Mealys have been expecting, Joe. I don't know if anything's happened in Quincy, Massachusetts or not. If it happened, it happened since 12:15 by... Two strikes. There's a base hit to right. He's in a high pitch, and he sends it out into center field. A single, and the Twins have their first hit of the ball game. Outfielder nothing. Number 2 batter coming up. Koufax bounced out. Kamari Wells, first inning, hit a 50 pitch. Here we go, the delivery, a swing on a fastball, and he's got a good one. By the 6th inning, go for Drysdale. But the youngster has a bad ankle. He twisted his ankle in Los Angeles making a pivot, and it's really swollen. And I think if it were not a World Series game, he wouldn't be in his lineup. Once again, Doc Lenz, the trainer, does a tremendous job keeping the ball players in the lineup, but he does have a bad ankle. First for Clyde, when he's in tip-top shape, is also one of the best base runners in baseball. Pitch for a ball, 1-1. That doesn't mean he won't run, though, because you never trust a ball player to limp, especially when he's on base. 1 out. And a move by Koufax, sort of a lob throw over there to first base. And here's the pitch, and there goes the runner, a swing and a miss, the throw to second is late. And there he goes, he made it. Now there's a move here by the plate umpire, nothing's won. And apparently we've had either an interference call. Here comes Manager Mealy out, and Hurley is going through the motion of indicating that we might have had an interference call, Joe. I'm not sure, but they're calling Versailles back. I don't know if it's interference as far as catcher tipping the bat, then the Knopping would get to first base, or if it's an interference with the throw, and Versailles has to go back, and that's it. Right now, Mealy and Ed Elliott are discussing it, along with Knopping, who is just listening. It could be an obstruction more than an interference, and Knopping, apparently that's what happened. He interfered on the throw, so it's really a double penalty in a way, and then Versailles has to go back, and Knopping is out. For Versailles, but the youngster has a bad ankle. He twisted his ankle in Los Angeles making a pivot, and it's really swollen. And I think if it were not a World Series game, he wouldn't be in his lineup. Once again, Doc Lenz, the trainer, does a tremendous job keeping the ball players in the lineup, but he does have a bad ankle. First Versailles, when he's in tip-top shape, is also one of the best base runners in baseball. Pitch for a ball, 1-1. That doesn't mean he won't run, though, because you never trust a ball player to limp, especially when he's on base. 1 out. And a move by Koufax, sort of a lob throw over there to first base. And here's the pitch, and there goes the runner, a swing and a miss, the throw to second is late. And there he goes, he made it. Now there's a move here by the plate umpire, nothing's won. And apparently we've had either an interference call. Here comes Manager Mealy out, and Hurley is going through the motion of indicating that we might have had an interference call, Joe. I'm not sure, but they're calling Versailles back. I don't know if it's interference as far as catcher tipping the bat, then the Knopping would get to first base, or if it's an interference with the throw, and Versailles has to go back, and that's it. Right now, Mealy and Ed Elliott are discussing it, along with Knopping, who is just listening. It could be an obstruction more than an interference, and Knopping, apparently that's what happened. He interfered on the throw, so it's really a double penalty in a way, and then Versailles has to go back, and Knopping is out. That's a call you don't see made very often in baseball. Hurley was right on it. There's in the action of Versailles going. Knopping's going on the pitch. We couldn't follow that, actually, behind the plate. So Knopping is out. Versailles has to return. And Alita is coming to bat.
Now we're bringing you to the top of the fourth. This is going to be the inning for the Dodgers. And here they are, leading off the top of the fourth, Jim Kaat against Lou Johnson.
Koufax has now racked up 6 strikeouts. Kaat has 2 strikeouts. And the 30 lefty delivers. A swing and a miss. 1-1. Johnson made a miss for a hit in the first inning. Alita Shaggy caught the ball, but then fell down. Fly ball well hit the left field. Is it fair or fair? It's hit a long way, and it is a home run. It's just got around the right side of the foul pole. So Lou Johnson has hit a home run and knocked the Dodgers right into a 1-0 lead. For Lou Johnson, his second home run in this World Series. And boy, is he ever happy if he comes over that plate. Hit a 1-1 pitch and hit it well down the line. His home run over at Dodger Stadium was also a chop down the left field line. He got that one in the 8th inning against the pitcher by the name of Mike. All right, Bailey hits one way back in right field, and that ball is in there. As right fielder Olivo stumbles to get it, Bailey's coming in with a double. A two-base hit into the right field corner. So Bailey comes up with his 11th hit of the series, and he has hit in all 7 games. So a home run and a double. That ball hit right at the base of the wall where it says 330. And there goes the hurry-up call to the bullpen. Still nobody out. Dodgers batting here in the 4th inning. Johnson just got that ball the right side of that tall, yellowy foul pole in left. Ball traveled about 350 some odd feet, I would guess. All right, so that is Parker. They're looking for a punt. There's a bounding ball to the first. Here comes Fairley around third. He will head and score. Oliva drops the ball. Parker's going to go on to second base, and he's going to make it. Oliva tried to hurry the pickup, and he fouled the ball in right field. Mitchell was moving in, looking for the punt, and Parker very politely hit the ball right by. A single to right, producing the second run. Los Angeles leads. Arrow is going to be charged to Oliva in right field. And L.A. leads by a score of 2-0, and still there's nobody out. However, there will be a run batted in for Parker. Killebrew steps over to the pitching mound right now. Sometimes this will be part of a delay, and then the manager will come out if there is to be a change, but I don't believe so right now. Yep, here comes Neely. Neely is coming out. They have banged Kaat for 3 consecutive hits here in the 4th inning. And with so much riding at stake in the outcome of this ball game, and Neely with a well-rested bullpen, he has had earlier in the bullpen Worthington and Merritt. And it looks like we're going to get the nod now, and we will have a change. For those that are just tuning in the game, Los Angeles has moved into the lead here in the 4th. A homer by Lou Johnson to give them a 1-0 lead. Fairley then pulled a double into the right field corner. Then Parker hit away and slapped the ball to right field. Fairley raced home with the second run, and when Oliva bobbled the ball in right field, Parker moved on into second base. So we're getting the announcement. Now Worthington, picker ball artist, is coming into the game, and Kaat will be leading after 3 innings with nobody out in the 4th. 2 runs charged against him. He leads with 1 man on, and he gave up a total of 5 hits. When Jim Kaat gets a nice hand as he walks off with manager Sam Neely, it's a 2-0 ball game, top of the 4th, and Wes Parker is on at second base. You know, it was almost prophetic to Johnson's home run on the bench before the game. Walt Alston holding a press conference, and of course everything you do in a World Series is magnified. And Johnson went to the bat rack and stopped to talk to the writers, or the writers stopped him, and all of a sudden Alston turned to Johnson and said, "Will you get out there and get some batting practice?" And Johnson said, "I didn't hit the ball good in my batting practice, so I should have a good day." So he hit a home run, and I can't imagine a better day than a home run in the World Series. Fairly a double, and I think if there's an underrated ball player, a fellow who's been talked about less than Ron Perranoski, I can't figure it out, because this fellow hitting every ball game. He's had the big home runs, he had a double here in this ball game. To continue his streak, he came around the score as Parker playing the Dodger game, tried to hit it to the right side. Ball bounced over Minch's head, and then when Oliva, a bit confused, stumbled and fell, Parker picked up a big base. Not only is he in scoring position, but it takes away the double play threat, and of course, if Suzuki hits the ball to the right side, they got a man on third and less than 2 outs. Ready to go by, Worthington against Suzuki. However,
now the Dodgers are up 2-0. It stays that way right into the 9th inning. I'm going to bring you to the bottom of the ninth. Koufax has put down the last 11 in a row, and he's going to face the meat of the order. We're talking about Tony Oliva, Harmon Killebrew, Beatty, and Bob Allison. And here it is.
3 outs to nail down a victory. And how much tougher they can get than this? This is the 7th game of the World Series. He's got a 2-run lead. He's got the American League lead hitter, a home run hitter in Killebrew, and Earl Batty. That's the story as Koufax gets set. Oliva is 0 for 2, struck out twice and walked. Koufax gets his 9, delivered. Swung on, and the bat goes flying past Jim Lemon, and it's strike 1. Once again, Oliva lets go of the bat, goes for the pine tar, the rosin, everything else, but nothing seems to help him. The youngster is practically going for a new bat. He's going to the bat rack. He's got himself a new bat. So it's strike 1 on Oliva. He's in the pine tar rack now. 1 strike to count. 2-0, bottom of the 9th. Oliva, the leadoff hitter here in the 9th inning. Koufax standing on the mound. Drysdale continues to throw in the bullpen. He has made as many pitches as Koufax in the bullpen. Koufax gets his time. Delivers a 1-strike pitch. High. 1 ball, 1 strike. Along with Drysdale, Perranoski, who right now is just standing, watching the action. And Koufax delivers the 1-1 pitch to Oliva. Swung on and missed, and it's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony Oliva, the hitter, the outfield, deep, the infield, back. Kennedy is gone into play third base for the Dodgers, replacing Gilliam. It's Kennedy at third, Will DeGeorge, Producer at second base, Parker at first. Johnson, Davis, and Fairley from left to right. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Koufax. Swung on a bouncing ball to Kennedy. He shot it. Here's the throw. It's this time 1 out. Oliva bounces out. Kennedy to Parker. And it brings up Killebrew. Harmon Killebrew, who walked in the first inning, snaps back to Koufax in the 4th. Fouled out to Lou Johnson in the 6th. He is 0 for 2. Koufax up into the rocket bag. Looks down for a sign. Gets it. Delivers. It's low, a fair ball. And it's ball 1. And Hurley, the plate umpire, takes a look at it. Puts another one in play. Roseboro immediately rubs it up. Then flips it out to his left-hander. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Minnesota Twins. The 2 hits, a single by Versailles in the 3rd, a double by Scullyin in the 5th. Killebrew swings and misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. With 1 out. Koufax. Ready. The 1-1 pitch. High. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. 50,595 paid here. And I doubt if anyone has left this ballpark. 1 out, nobody on. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Killebrew as Koufax once again delivers. Swung on a line drive, left hit, left field. Killebrew is now with the single. Johnson gets the ball back to the infield, and it brings up Earl Batty. Killebrew singles to left. And now Kennedy comes in to talk to Sandy Koufax. There's 1 man out, 2-0 is the score. Killebrew at first base. Now Trubisky comes in to talk to Koufax. Once again, making sure that Koufax is better to who is covering. Due to the ball to hit back to him. Earl Batty, the hitter. Batty struck out in the 1st. Line deep to center field to 4th. Line hard to Will in the 6th. He is 0 for 3. Kennedy at third base really crosses the line. protect against the extra base hit. Koufax delivers. Swung on and missed, and it's strike one, a fastball. Kennedy wants to make sure the ball doesn't get between the bag and himself. To his left is the single. He wants to protect against the extra base. Killebrew leads off. Koufax delivers to batting. It's swung on and missed, and it's strike two, a high-side fastball. Wes Clark is first base, playing behind the base runner, Killebrew. The big man is in the batter's box. Killebrew runs rear doesn't mean a thing. The time he runs in the batter's box. 2 strikes to count. 1 out. Koufax delivers to batting. Strike 3 is called a fastball, and Batty is called out on strike. There are 2 outs, and Bob Allison is the hitter. That's 9 strikeouts for Sandy Koufax. And now Bob Allison, who struck out the second, bounced down the fourth, third to first, bounced down, struck the first in the 7th. Killebrew standing on the bag at first. 2 men out, 2-0 is the score. Dodgers lead, bottom of the 9th inning. Koufax looks down, catches sign, at the belt, takes the runner, delivers. Swung on his foul back and strike 1. In the bullpen, Drysdale and Perranoski. Koufax comes down the stretch. Bottom of the 9th inning. 2 men out. 1 strike to John Allison. Killebrew at first base. Koufax takes off the sign. At the belt. Delivers. High. And it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bob Allison, big, powerful right-hand hitter. He had a big home run yesterday. A 2-run homer that gave one Kent man a lead. Koufax looks down for his sign. Killebrew at first base. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Allison waits, and here's the 1-1 pitch. It's high, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dodgers 2, Twins nothing. Bottom of the 9th inning. 2 men out, 1 man on. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bob Allison. He's the time run at the plate. Koufax at the belt. Delivers. Swung on and missed, and it's strike 2. And Koufax really turned one loose. His hat actually knocked it to one side as he really came following through. 2-0, bottom of the 9th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Bob Allison. 2 outs. Harlan Killebrew at first base. Koufax catches 9. At the belt. Now he backs off. Up into the rod and bag. Set once again. At the belt. Delivers 2-2 to Bob Allison. 4 on and miss. Allison is out, and Koufax strikes out. Number 10 of the Dodgers become the world champions with Koufax. A 3-hitter as he shuts out the Minnesota Twins. The final score, 2-0. The Dodgers 2-0 over the Minnesota Twins. And Sandy Koufax is being mobbed by his teammates as he comes on to take a 3-hit shutout to defeat the Minnesota Twins 2-0. Needless to say, this is the dressing room of the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. This is Vin Scullyin, high atop the safety of a truck, hoping to bring to you some of the men who brought Los Angeles another championship. In 1959, the Dodgers brought the championship to Los Angeles. In 1963, the Dodgers brought the championship to Los Angeles. And in 1965, they have done it again. But here's the fella who gave the Dodgers the championship, Sandy, in Los Angeles, when you pitched your 7-0 shutout. You were quoted as saying after the game, I feel 100 years old. So today, how do you feel? 101. 101. I feel great today, and I know I don't have to go out there anymore for about 4 months. Sandy, it appears from upstairs that your fastball was really your only pitch for quite some time. Yes, it was. I don't know what it was today. I didn't have a curveball at all, and I wasn't getting it over. I just stayed with the fastball and tried to get it. Pretty good spot. If I had the lead, I tried to keep from holding the ball if I could. Thank you. You had 4 no-hitters, a perfect game. You struck out 18. You have a World Series record of 15 in 1 game. Where did this one fit in as far as thrills are concerned? I don't know, Vinny. This has got to be as high as any of this whole year is a thrill. We were at ball club, and everybody said they was going to finish 5th, and we lost Tommy Davis. They thought we were going to finish 8th. and we went on to win a pennant, and everybody did a great job. Lou Johnson was a home run today. He came up with something that hurt, did a great job. Carried us for the first 10 days, 2 weeks he was here. And I think that got us over the hump. Without Lou coming up and doing that great job right then, I think the whole ball club probably would have panicked a little bit.
Sandy, thank you so very much. And now going back to sit down and relax a little while.
Thank you, Larry.
Sandy Koufax, the man who hit the home run, who hit 2 home runs in the series, who was called way out by his teammates, way out Lou Johnson.
Should have graded, Sandy. Should have graded, man.
Did you know your home run hit the foul pole?
Well, I made my charge for that, and if you know, momentarily, I stayed at home plate to see whether the ball was going out. I knew it hit good enough, but it was looking so quick, and I got to first base, I saw it bounce back, and I knew no one had thrown it back in.
You know, you're a living storybook. You have played on 18 teams in 13 years. Were there times when you were going to quit?
Actually, it was a good year, man. This was going to be my last year, but I got a chance to play in the Major League. And I finally got a shot. I had a little luck, I kept my eyes on it, and here we are today with World Championship. It's great, man. It was really great.
Well, that's the story. Needless to say, they're wild, ecstatic, euphoric, you name it, in the World Champion down in dressing room. Now, let's go up to the quiet of the booth.
Thank you very much, Vin Scullyin. A real happy gang of Dodgers. A real tribute to Walt Alston, who incidentally has won his 4th World Series. He lost only 1. And the final score at Minnesota's Metropolitan Stadium today, 2-0, with Sandy Koufax the winner and Kaat the loser.
Now, I really hope you enjoyed this format. And again, if you did, please give me a shout on social media or send me an email at tom@thisdayinbaseball.com and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is a format that you like, and then we'll keep putting this out for you. Now, I do have a link to the full broadcast if you want to listen to the entire game. That's on my YouTube channel. And you can remember to visit my YouTube channel where there's over 600 classic games and hear interviews and recaps and 1,000 events from baseball history. You can also go to my website, thisdayinbaseball.com, where there's over 60,000 events for you to look at. We have a great interview with both Koufax and Drysdale on the channel as well, and I put links to those in the show notes, and you can check those out. It's especially cool to listen to Drysdale talk about Koufax. He brings out just how special a player he was. And one of the interviews is also about their famous holdout that they have the next season. So you can check all those out, again, on thisdayinbaseball.com, my YouTube channel, that is This Day in Baseball. And a quick reminder, please subscribe. And the best way for people to find out about this stuff is to share our show. So share it amongst your friends. Thanks for listening to This Day in Baseball. My name's Tom Hannon. I want to thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you at the ballpark.